Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Cultural Breakdown. No one saw this one coming with The Sound of Freedom. I mean, it's a small independent movie around $14-15 million to make, and now it's looking to break $100 million this weekend on just the domestic box office alone. And I think that's pretty well earned. I'm usually one who says, like, go to the movies to be entertained, to try to escape reality. And for the most part, I still stand by that, but there are movies that can take a position on certain issues. And I think this is actually an interesting one to take a position on because it should be an apolitical issue where no matter whether you're on the right or left side of the aisle, you should be on board with stopping child trafficking. But apparently that's not the case right now. You get this article from NPR. QAnon supporters are promoting Sound of Freedom. Here's why. So this is a hit piece basically on the movie, kind of outlining like this is starring Jim Caviezel, who was in Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ, actually the highest grossing independent movie of all time. And it says it's a Christian thriller, and I really don't think that's really an accurate characterization of it. I mean, this really isn't a faith-based movie. I mean, there is that line in the movie about God's children not for sale, but I don't think a single line like that makes it a Christian movie. Just because the actor in it identifies as Christian doesn't mean that's what the movie is. I mean, because it's not really a preachy thing or anything like that. But here's what it says in the article. The movie is being criticized as a vehicle for conspiracy theories and misleading depictions of human trafficking. Why is it a conspiracy theory to say that human trafficking, especially amongst children, exists? Landing in the middle of the politicized culture war, the film is based off real life controversial anti-trafficking activist. He's controversial because some people are questioning his methods or whatever, and I think that's fair to question the methods or maybe some of the personal views of the man this is based off, or even the views of the man who's playing him in the movie, but that doesn't necessarily reflect on the movie itself. I mean, I like a lot of movies where I don't share the beliefs of the actors in it or the people who make the movie. I mean, to me, it's irrelevant unless you start seeing it seep into the movie, which this one actually doesn't do that. It's being heavily promoted amongst conservative media. Yeah, why are conservatives the only one who actually care about child trafficking and stopping it? I mean, that seems kind of strange. I mean, I think everyone should be on board with that. But for some reason, you get people in the media who are just constantly criticizing it. They're saying like things like, oh, it's deeply enmeshed with narratives about child trafficking in recent years from QAnon predecessor Pizzagate conspiracy. Okay, it's enmeshed in that because Pizzagate talked about child trafficking. This is a movie about child trafficking. Therefore, it's a conspiracy theory. No, that's not how it works. A movie can, you can have two views that are similar but different. I mean, child trafficking, I think no one would say that that's a conspiracy theory. I mean, they're trying to say like, oh, well, no, the actor holds views that it's about rich elites or whatever, like Jeffrey Epstein. Though that's a conspiracy theory. It's like, no, we know it happens. We, like I said, Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of this, so we know there's rich people who actually traffic children for various purposes. So why are the media outlets trying to deny it? Are they trying to say it's not that prevalent? I mean, if that's their view, that's fine. But I mean, don't try to act like it's a conspiracy theory to say it actually is a issue. And one thing that's actually more insidious is you got stuff like this. So this article from Bloomberg, QAnon, and Sound of Freedom both rely on tired Hollywood tropes. Now, keep in mind for the author of this, Noah Berlansky, this whole article is basically saying this is a conspiracy theory, it's a bad thing, don't watch this movie. And look at who this Noah Berlansky is. He's a pro-pedophile activist. So we got tweets from him in the past talking about this. Andy Note shared this tweet. Pedophiles are essentially a stigmatized group. Certain people get designated as deviants. People hate them. I think they're rightfully designated as deviants. If you don't think they should be considered deviants, okay, make that your position. Come out and say, I think pedophiles are fine people or something like that, or I think people stigmatize them. At least Noah Berlansky or whatever his name is was willing to admit that and stand up by his principles. I think everyone who believes that should stand by their principles, including, who is this, Shannon Bond? Yeah, say that you support pedophiles if you're actually or attacking a movie that's just saying, hey, pedophilia is bad, child trafficking is bad. Now, I can understand criticizing this movie as political if in the movie it was like, oh no, they're trafficking children to Democrat politicians or whatever, then you can be right to say like this is a conservative movie that's pushing conspiracy theories, but that's not what happens in this movie. And as a result, people who are actually watching it are actually saying it's pretty good. I mean, it's gotten good reviews from users on Rotten Tomatoes, and then it's #2 in the box office, just above Indiana Jones and behind Mission Impossible. I mean, with a huge box office take just domestically. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get an international release. I expect that it will in the coming weeks, and we'll just see what that number shoots up to. But I think this is really resonating with people, and it has started an important conversation within the culture, or at least brought it to the forefront. And that's something that people need to be thinking about, because this is a serious issue that really needs to come to an end. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you click that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.